You sit in front of a mirror on a normal morning, mind full of rules, mouth strangely quiet. You have watched lessons, memorized tips, and nodded along to expert advice. Yet when it is time to speak, the lips pause, the tongue trembles, and the voice fades. Today, we make a different choice. This is your English Mouth Gym, a simple daily practice that turns knowledge into motion. No long lectures, no endless lists. Only clear steps that wake your mouth, steady your breath, and build a voice that feels natural and strong. Here is what will happen. First, we uncover the honest reason your speech feels stuck, not to blame you, but to free you. Then, we give you a 5-minute routine you can do anywhere. You will warm the mouth, face the mirror for instant feedback, shadow real speech to match rhythm and tone, and finish with a fluency loop that moves from slow to natural to fast. After that, you will learn how sound clusters carry English like music, how to connect words so they glide instead of collide. Finally, we train brain and mouth together, so emotion, meaning, and movement align. You do not need a perfect accent. You do not need expensive courses. You need 5 focused minutes each day and the courage to sound like a beginner for a short while, because beginners become fluent when they train the right way. The goal is not to perform. The goal is to progress, steadily, calmly, confidently. Do 2 things now so this video turns into action. 1. Subscribe so you do not miss the next daily session. 2. Type this pledge in the comments to lock your commitment. I will train my mouth every day. No matter what? Writing it is a small act with a big effect. It tells your brain that this is no longer a wish. It is a plan. Grab a mirror, choose one simple sentence, and give me 5 minutes of attention. I will guide your breath, your mouth, and your pace. Together, we will shift from knowing English to speaking English. Your voice is ready to grow. Let us begin. Part 1. The shocking truth nobody told you. You have studied with your eyes and your ears, yet your mouth has been asleep, moving in the rhythm of your first language while your thoughts try to sprint in English. Each time you speak, the tongue catches on the soft "the." The lips hesitate at the silent letter. The jaw locks when sounds must link and flow. It feels like standing at the edge of a pool and never jumping, so the water stays cold forever. The truth is simple and a little painful. Speaking is not only knowledge. Speaking is movement. It lives in the lips, the tongue, the jaw, the breath, and the rhythm that carries them together. Picture a person who has read a mountain of books about push-ups, yet has never lowered the body once. That person knows the form, the angles, the breathing, but the muscles shake and give up on the very first try. That is what happens when you only collect rules and do not train your speaking muscles. You are not broken. Your mouth is simply untrained for English speed, English stress, and English melody. English has a shape, it has a bounce. It prefers clusters over lonely words. It asks you to ride the breath instead of chopping each sound into tiny pieces. When the mouth is untrained, the brain will scream for help and then go quiet. You will say that you understand everything but cannot speak. Nothing is wrong with your mind. The missing part is practice that is physica and small and daily. Here is your freedom. You can train the mouth the way you train any muscle. You warm it. You move it with purpose. You repeat small sets until the motion becomes natural. You do not need a perfect accent. You do not need a long session. You need a focused routine and the courage to sound like a beginner for a little while. Once you accept that speaking is movement, progress becomes a choice you make each day. Step by step, the sounds stop fighting you, the flow starts to carry you, and the voice you already own begins to lead the way. Part 2. The daily 5-minute mouth training routine. This routine is short. simple, and powerful. It is the same kind of plan an athlete would follow for a daily warm-up, except your playing field is speech and your muscles are the lips, the tongue, the jaw, and the breath that carries sound. You will give yourself 5 focused minutes. You will finish with a light burn in the mouth and a calm feeling in the chest, the clear sign that you trained action rather than collected information. Keep a small mirror nearby, set a quiet space, and let the 5 minutes become a promise you keep to yourself. Begin with 1 minute of warming the mouth. Think of this as oil for the engine. Gently buzz the lips as if a small motor were waking up, letting the air flutter through without force. Stretch the tongue forward and back, then touch the corners of the mouth, then rest it behind the top teeth for a heartbeat, and release. Open and close the jaw slowly to loosen hidden stiffness, then relax the face into a soft smile to switch on friendly energy. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth, and let the shoulders drop. The point is not perfection, the point is movement. A warm mouth is ready to speak. Step into the mirror for 1 minute of conscious presence. The mirror is your honest coach. Stand tall with both feet grounded. Choose one short sentence that you want to own today. Something simple and true, like I am learning to speak with confidence, or this is my voice and I can use it. Say the sentence slowly while watching the lips form each word. Notice how the tongue taps and slides. Notice how your eyes meet your own gaze. Repeat the sentence a few times, each time a little smoother, never rushing. You are teaching the brain that your voice is safe, that it belongs to you, that it can be heard. Confidence grows when you see and hear yourself on purpose. Now, give yourself 2 minutes of shadow speaking, the heart of real fluency training. Choose a very short clip from a clear speaker, no more than 1 breath long. It could be a line from a talk, a line from a movie, even a line you recorded earlier. Play the line, then repeat it out loud immediately, matching the rhythm, the melody, and the timing as closely as you can. Do not translate. Do not analyze. Match. Imagine you are a musician playing along with a drummer. If you miss a beat, keep moving. If you stumble on a sound, let the next attempt carry you forward. This teaches your mouth to react without asking permission from your thoughts. It is the bridge from knowing to doing. As you shadow, pay special attention to the way words connect. English often slides sounds together so that a group of words becomes one smooth unit. You will hear that glide and you will copy it. Keep the breath steady and the jaw relaxed. If tension rises, shake it out, breathe, and re-enter the line. 2 minutes of honest imitation can change the feel of your speech more than 2 hours of silent study, because you are rewriting patterns in real time. Finish with 1 minute of the fluency loop. Choose a single sentence that you want to make automatic. First, say it slowly and clearly, giving full shape to every sound without breaking the flow. Then say it at a natural conversational pace, smooth and steady. Then say it fast while keeping control and clarity. That is 1 loop. Repeat the loop several times. The slow stage teaches control. The natural stage teaches ease. The fast stage teaches courage and reaction. Together they build a flexible voice that can adapt under pressure. That is the full 5 minutes. Yet the routine does not end there, because tiny habits become powerful when they are repeated day after day. To keep momentum, prepare a small deck of practice lines for the week. Write them out in words on paper. No digits, no symbols, only clean sentences that feel useful in your life. Examples include, I will be there soon, I appreciate your help, and I am working on this. Keep them simple, real, and short. Simplicity wins because your mouth learns faster when the mind is not overloaded. Add a micro challenge to each day to make training playful. On one day, record yourself for 10 seconds at the end of the session and listen back with kindness. noticing one thing you like and one thing to improve.
On another day, walk slowly as you speak your practice line to add body movement and improve breath.
On another day, speak the same line with 3 emotions, such as calm, excited, and determined, so the brain ties meaning to sound. These tiny twists keep your routine fresh without making it complicated. Track progress in a friendly way. At the end of each session, write down one sentence about how it felt. You might write, "Today my tongue felt lighter on the soft "the," or "Today the fast loop was shaky, but I stayed steady," or "Today I liked my eye contact in the mirror." This is not a test. It is a log of growth. When motivation dips, reading a few notes from earlier days will remind you how far you have come. Expect some resistance and welcome it as part of training. Some days you will feel awkward. Some days the mirror will feel unfriendly. Some days the fast loop will sound messy. These are not signs to stop. They are signs that the muscles are learning under pressure. Athletes do not quit when a set burns. They breathe, adjust, and finish the rep. You can do the same with your voice. Protect the 5 minutes by anchoring them to a daily cue. You might train right after brushing your teeth in the morning, or right after lunch, or right before you close your day. Tie the routine to a moment that already exists, so you do not have to negotiate with yourself. If you miss a session, begin again at the next cue without apology. The win is consistency over time, not a perfect streak. Keep your environment simple. A mirror, a short audio line, a quiet corner, and your written practice sentence are enough. You do not need equipment. You do not need a partner. You need attention and intention. If you can speak softly in a shared space, do that. If you can speak out loud alone, even better. Volume is not required. Precision and flow are: invite a friend to join you if that adds joy, but do not wait for anyone. This is your mouth and your momentum. If you do share the routine, keep it playful. Exchange a voice note of the daily sentence. Celebrate effort, not perfection. Fluency grows in warm spaces where mistakes are normal and progress is noticed. At the end of the week, choose one sentence from your deck that now feels easy and retire it with pride. Add a new sentence that matters to your life this month. Perhaps a line for a meeting, a line for a trip, or a line for a new friendship. This keeps your practice aligned with real situations, which is the fastest path to confidence. Most important of all, let the routine change how you see yourself. You are no longer a passive learner collecting lessons. You are a speaker in training who shows up daily. That identity shift is the engine behind long-term growth. When you finish the 5 minutes and close the mirror, carry the same calm breath into the first conversation you meet that day. Use one of your lines. Feel the tiny click of progress. That click is your reward loop. It tells the brain to come back tomorrow. 5 minutes, warm up, mirror, shadow, fluency loop, small, physical, repeatable. This is how your voice learns to move like English. This is how confidence is built, not in theory, but in your muscles and your breath. Keep it simple. Keep it steady. Show up. Your mouth will learn, your voice will grow, and day by day, you will hear English flow out of you with a rhythm that finally feels like home. Part 3. Speak like a native. Sound clusters and flow. Fluency is not only the words you choose. It is the way those words travel together like dancers in a line, one guiding the next without collisions. Many learners speak in single blocks, placing a tiny wall between every word so the sentence becomes a row of stones instead of a smooth path. Native speech removes many of those walls. It glides, it links, it compresses sounds into small units that move on one breath. Think of these units as sound clusters, short strings of words that you say as one shape,
not as separate pieces. When you feel this glide, your mouth stops fighting English and begins to write it. Start by listening for clusters and phrases you already understand. I am going to becomes I am gonna, I wanna becomes I wanna, let me becomes lemmy, did you becomes did ya, gotta becomes gotta. These are not mistakes. They are natural shortcuts that make speech musical and efficient. When you try to say every sound perfectly and separately, you create friction, your breath stalls, and your rhythm breaks. When you cluster the sounds, you gain speed without pushing and you gain clarity without strain, because the eat expects that music. Imagine English as a melody on a drum and a bass. The drum is stress and timing. The bass is breath support. Clusters keep both steady. Say I am gonna go now and notice how the sounds lean on each other. The I slides into am, Sam, melts into gonna tilts into go touches now. No stops, no cliffs, only a single curve. You are not swallowing words. You are shaping a phrase that fits inside one breath. Once you feel this, you will know why slow robotic speech can be harder to understand than smooth, quick speech. Smoothness guides the listener through the meaning. Create a daily cluster ritual that fits inside your 5-minute routine. Choose 3 common clusters for the day, write them in your notebook with their full form beside them, and decide on one short sentence that uses each cluster in a real context. For example, your list might include gotta leave, wanna see it, let me know. Your practice sentences might be I gotta leave in a few minutes, do you wanna see it now, and let me know when you are ready. Speak each sentence as a single curve, not as 5 separate islands. Visualize the arc with your hand as you talk. Your body will help your mouth find the shape. Now add rhythm so the cluster sticks. Say the sentence on a gentle beat, as if your foot were tapping along. You can whisper if you need to be quiet. The crucial part is the timing, not the volume. Try a pattern of 3 gentle repetitions, then a breath, then 3 more. Keep your shoulders relaxed and your jaw loose. If you feel you are pushing, slow down and rebuild the curve. Smooth always beats loud. Flow always beats force. Next, train your ear to hear reductions, the small changes native speakers make to keep the river of speech moving. A consonant at the end of one word might connect to the vowel at the start of the next. That link removes a pause and creates momentum. Say pick it up as one unit, not as 3 stops. The K kisses the I, the T meets the U, and the whole thing becomes a tidy glide. Pick it up. Say, what are you doing, and feel how it naturally becomes what are you doing when said at conversation speed. Do not fear these changes. They are not sloppy. They are the path to natural listening and speaking. Work with stress and pitch as friends, not enemies. In English, some words carry more weight while others lighten to let the important parts shine. Clusters help you keep this balance. In, I am going to call you later. The words call and later may carry a bit more weight, while the rest smooth into the background. If you try to stress every word equally, you flatten the tune and the sentence feels heavy. If you allow the cluster to carry you, the tune returns, and your meaning becomes effortless. Bring in a recording habit to make your progress visible. At the end of practice, record a single take of your 3 sentences. Listen once with kindness, not with judgment. Ask yourself 2 simple questions. Where did the flow break? Where did the flow feel easy? Then record the same sentences one more time with one adjustment, such as a lighter jaw or a longer breath. Save both takes in a folder. This small archive will become the proof that your mouth can learn music, and on slow days, it will remind you that you are moving forward. Add a playful drill called cluster echoes. Speak a cluster clearly once, then echo it softer, then softer again, as if you were moving away down a hallway. For example, say I gotta go now in a natural voice, then again a bit softer, then again as a whisper, all on one breath. This teaches control and breath economy and trains you to keep the curve even when the volume changes. It also trains confidence for real life, where sometimes you speak gently and still need to stay clear. Use physical cues to lock in the glide. Draw a small arc in the air with your index finger while you speak the cluster. Nod gently once to mark the main stress word. Step forward a tiny amount as the cluster ends. These micro moves make flow tangible. Your brain loves a signal it can feel, not only a rule it can remember. After a week of this, you will notice that your body anticipates the shape of a sentence before your mind finishes planning it. That is fluency waking up. Guard against common traps. Do not overcorrect by smashing everything into a blur. Flow is not mumbling. Flow is a clean line. If a cluster becomes muddy, slow it down, exaggerate the shape once or twice, and then return to normal pace. Do not chase accent perfection. Chase ease. Ease invites clarity. Do not force a cluster that does not fit your message or your audience. Choose phrases that feel natural to you and to the context you speak in. Bring clusters into tiny moments of daily life so the training escapes the practice room. As you make tea, say, I am gonna let it rest. As you prepare to leave, say, I gotta go now. See you later. As you send a message, say, let me know when you get it. These small uses are priceless. They tell the nervous system that English is not a performance. It is a tool you carry everywhere. Once a week, choose one favorite cluster and build a mini paragraph around it. 3 or 4 sentences that flow on one breath each. For example, with wanna, you might say, I want to learn faster. I want to feel calmer when I speak. I want to sound like myself. Record that paragraph and listen for the curve across sentences, not only within them. This teaches continuity, the art of speaking for more than one line without losing the music. Finally, return to the mirror and give yourself a short concert. Look yourself in the eyes and speak your 3 clusters with presence, not as a drill, but as a statement of identity. Breathe low, let the jaw float. Let the tongue rest until it needs to move. Smile at the end to release tension. You are not pretending to be someone else. You are becoming a smoother version of yourself. Sound clusters are the heartbeat of fluent speech. They simplify the work of your mouth, they organize your breath, and they make your voice pleasing to hear. When you practice them daily with kindness and consistency, even small sentences begin to sing. You will still make mistakes sometimes, and that is fine. The river keeps moving. The more you ride the flow, the more you trust your voice. And when you step into a real conversation, the clusters you trained will be there to carry you, one smooth curve at a time. Part 4. Train your brain and mouth together. Fluency is a duet, not a solo, and the partners are your brain and your mouth. When the mind is tense, the voice becomes small, and when the voice is small, the mind grows anxious. The loop tightens until silence feels safer than speech. We break that loop by training thought and movement at the same time. Instead of waiting to feel confident and then speaking, we speak in ways that generate confidence. We tune attention, emotion, and body posture, so the mouth can do its work without a crowd of doubts interrupting every syllable. This is not magic, it is training. It is the practice of treating speech as a whole body skill. Begin by shifting your target from correctness to connection. People do not remember flawless grammar in a flat tone. They remember energy that respects them and meaning that reaches them. Choose a short line, such as I am glad to be here. Then say it while feeling the truth of the words. Let the face show it. Let the chest open. Let the corners of the mouth soften. If you sound mechanical, slow down
and aim for sincerity over precision. Your goal is not to perform a sentence. Your goal is to mean it. Meaning stabilizes the breath, and a stable breath steadies the mouth. Now borrow a page from actors who must sound alive on command. Take one everyday line, such as "I will be there soon," and deliver it with 3 feelings. First, say it calmly, as if reassuring a friend. Second, say it excitedly, as if you cannot wait to arrive. Third, say it with determination, as if you are managing obstacles but will still make it. Notice how your pitch, speed, and posture shift. Acting is not pretending to be someone else. It is choosing the emotional frame that unlocks the voice you need. Once your brain learns that it can steer your tone, fear loses its grip. Remove the slow trap of translation by building direct links between sound and meaning. Create a simple. This means that habit in your head. When you hear "let us catch up," let your mind flash an image of 2 friends laughing at a familial cafe. When you hear "I am starving," let a plate appear in your imagination and feel the playful urgency. You are teaching your brain to attach scenes and emotions to English lines without passing through your first language. Pictures are fast. Feelings are fast. Translation is slow. Speed begins in how you encode meaning, not only in how you move your tongue. Give your body a job in every practice minute. Stand with your feet grounded, unlock your knees, and let the crown of your head float upward as if a gentle string were lifting it. Roll the shoulders back and down. Place one hand on your lower ribs and feel them widen as you breathe in and return as you breathe out. Speak on that soft, outgoing air. A stable posture frees the throat and the jaw, and a free jaw makes clean sounds with less strain. If your mouth tightens, wiggle it loose, yawn gently, or let the lips flutter for a breath. You are not forcing power. You are allowing it. Design a 1-minute brain and body warm-up before any speaking task that matters. First, breathe in for a quiet count of 4, breathe out for a quiet count of 4, and repeat a few cycles. Second, name your intention with a short line, such as "I will speak clearly and kindly," or "I will listen first and then answer." Third, smile just enough to release the face and remind your brain that this is not a threat, then begin. You have told your nervous system what to do, and you have given it the posture and the breath to do it. The hardest part of any conversation is often the first line. Make that line on purpose. Introduce a tiny exposure ladder so fear shrinks through gentle repetition. On day 1, read a single sentence into your phone and listen back once with kindness. On day 2, read the same sentence while standing and looking into the mirror. On day 3, add a second sentence and send the recording to a trusted friend who celebrates effort. On day 4, use the sentence in a short message at work or in class. Each step is small, and each step teaches the brain that speaking does not cause harm. This is how courage grows, not by waiting for it, but by stacking safe proof. Create a focus script for moments when your mind floods with what-if questions. Write 3 lines on a card and keep it at hand. Line 1, breathe low and slow. Line 2, 1 thought, 1 sentence, 1 breath. Line 3, look, smile, speak. When panic rises, read the card once, then act on line 1, then line 2, then line 3. This is not positive thinking. This is procedural thinking, a short set of actions that steer you back into the body. Once the body is online, the mouth can work and the brain can stop predicting disaster. Practice micro-presence inside your 5-minute routine. During the mirror minute, do not chase perfection in the shape of your lips. Instead, meet your own eyes and let the gaze settle. Say a single sentence 5 times, each time with a softer forehead and a lower breath. During the shadow minute, do not chase exact copies of the voice you hear.
chase timing, and flow. During the fluency loop, do not chase speed without control. Chase smooth first, speed second. Presence reduces noise, and low noise lets learning land. Turn mistakes into fuel instead of flames. When you stumble on a sound, name it with a friendly label such as the soft Thor or the dark I, then do a playful triple. 1. Exaggerate the sound once in slow motion. 2. Say the whole word at a normal pace. 3. Place the word inside a short, friendly sentence. The whole repair should take a handful of seconds, then move on. The point is not to fix everything. The point is to teach your brain that errors are small and solvable, so the fear center stops reacting as if a tiger just walked in. Build an end cap ritual that teaches your system to trust the process. After each session, place one hand on your chest and one on your belly, breathe out long, and say one line of acknowledgement, such as I showed up today, or my voice moved better today, or I stayed kind to myself today. Then write a single sentence in a notebook about what changed. Over time, the pages will show a trail of proof that you can follow when motivation dips. Discipline is easier when you can see it. Finally, carry the same brain and mouth teamwork into real conversations. Choose one intention for the day, such as connect with warmth, or ask one curious question in each talk, or speak one practiced line with flow. Keep it small, keep it repeatable, and celebrate it when it happens. Fluency is not a single leap. It is 1,000 light steps that your mind and your mouth take together until effort becomes ease. When you treat speaking as a full system, you stop waiting for the perfect moment and you start creating it. One breath, one line, one honest choice at a time. Part 5. Repeat, repeat, repeat. But smartly, repetition is the quiet engine of a smooth voice. But repeating without intention turns practice into noise. The aim is not to chant a line until the jaw is tired. The aim is to shape that line a little better each time, so the mouth learns what the mind already knows. Picture a staircase. Each lap is a step. Each step is small, and together they lift you. When you repeat with clarity, flow, emotion, gentle pressure, and real use, your voice grows in ways you care feel. Begin with slow clarity, the first gear that maps the path for your mouth. Choose one short line that matters. For example, I appreciate your help, or I am glad to be here. Speak it slowly and smoothly, not chopped, giving each sound room while keeping a single curve. Let the tongue touch where it should, let the lips round when they must, and let the jaw float instead of clamp. If a sound snags, pause kindly, exaggerate it once like a slow motion replay, then say the whole line again. Slow is instruction to muscle. It writes the map that faster speech will follow. Move into natural flow, the pace of conversation. Say the same line on one steady breath with a relaxed face. Link the words so they travel as one unit. If you hear cliffs between words, round them with a small glide. Imagine the sentence as a ribbon you pull through warm water. Do not chase a perfect accent. Chase a clean curve. Listeners follow curves more easily than scattered points. Add emotion as the third layer, because meaning wakes the body and the body powers the sound. Deliver the line 3 ways, such as calm, excited, and determined. Notice how the chest opens for warmth, how the eyebrows lift for enthusiasm, how the stance steadies for resolve. You are not acting to impress. You are teaching your nervous system that the line can wear different coats. Choice reduces fear, and reduced fear frees the voice. Introduce gentle pressure, the 4th layer that builds reaction speed without panic. Say the line a little quicker while keeping control, as if the bus door will close soon, then reset to normal pace. Then give one more controlled burst. Think of this as sprint training for your mouth. The goal is flexible speed, not permanent speed. Pressure works only when paired with recovery, because the pairing teaches resilience. Finish with real-world use, the final layer that turns a drill into a habit. Place the line in 3 tiny scenes. Use it in a message to a colleague, in a friendly talk with a neighbor, and in a moment of thanks with someone you love. Keep the scene short and specific. Say the line the way you would actually say it. Record 1 take if you can, then listen once with kindness. Name 1 thing that felt clean and 1 thing to try tomorrow. Ownership is the point. This 5-layer cycle takes only a few minutes and builds more skill than long, flat drills. Run the cycle on 1 sentence each day and finish eager, not exhausted. Over a week, you will own a small set of lines that match your real needs. Over a month, your mouth will reach those lines like it reaches a familiar doorway without searching for the handle. Rotate focus so repetition stays fresh. On one day, Polish clarity as if you were cleaning a lens. On the next day, smooth flow as if you were paving a path. On another day, widen emotion to expand your range. On another day, revisit pressure to build calm speed. The cycle stays the same while the spotlight shifts and boredom stays away. Guard against common traps. A flat, empty line stalls progress, so add intention and speak to someone in your mind. Rushing to fast speech and skipping slow mapping builds tension, so honor the first gear. Drilling all day yet never using the line in life creates illusion, so place 1 practice sentence in 1 real moment before the day ends. Harsh self-talk turns practice into a test, so keep a friendly log and celebrate showing up. Choose sentences that matter. Pick lines that solve common moments in your day, such as greeting, thanking, asking, clarifying, and closing. Keep your deck small so your mouth can learn deeply. Tap a gentle rhythm, sway a little, or breathe to a quiet count as you speak. If the jaw grips during faster reps, flutter the lips for 1 breath and return. If the tongue grows heavy on a certain sound, isolate that sound once, then re-enter the full line. Remember the deeper why. You are not trying to become a perfect copy of a native speaker. You are building a voice that is smooth, clear, and yours. Close each cycle with gratitude for effort. Place a hand on your chest, breathe out long, and say, "I trained today." Then use 1 practiced line in 1 real exchange. That small bridge turns practice into identity, and identity brings you back tomorrow. Repeat with a plan, and repetition become transformation. Part 6. The final truth. Train or stay silent. Let us stop and breathe. You are not bad at English. You are simply undertrained in the place that matters most, the mouth and the rhythm that carries sound. Knowledge without practice hardens into silence. You have met that silence at interviews, at doors you wanted to open, at moments when a new friend waited for your voice, and you offered only a small smile. The cost of silence is larger than the discomfort of training. That is the truth most people avoid, and it is the truth that can free you. There are 2 kinds of learners walking side by side. The passive learner watches lesson after lesson, copies notes, saves clips, and postpones action for a perfect tomorrow that never arrives. The fluent speaker in training does something smaller and braver. They pick 1 sentence, face a mirror, shadow 1 breath of real speech, and run the fluency loop until the mouth warms. The first collects information. Only 1 of them changes. Do not wait for courage to visit you. Create it by moving. Fear fades when the body acts. Stand up, set your 5-minute practice, and let yourself sound like a beginner for a little while. Beginners become fluent when they train the right way. You already know the routine. Warm the mouth, meet the mirror, shadow a short line, run slow to natural to fast, close with 1 real use in life. Small, physical, repeatable. When doubt whispers, answer with proof. Keep a simple log of effort, one sentence each day about what improved. Today the soft "the" felt lighter. Today the fast loop stayed smooth. Today I used my line with a classmate. This is not a report card. It is a trail you can follow when motivation dips. The pages will show that your voice moves when you move it. Guard your identity. You are no longer only a student of English. You are a speaker in training. A speaker shows up even on tired days, even in quiet rooms, even when progress feels slow. A speaker understands that fluency is not a single leap, but 1,000 light steps. Each step is a choice to practice instead of only watch. Each step is a thread that weaves a new habit. Choose one tiny promise for the week and honor it no matter what. One mirror minute every morning, or one shadow line after lunch, or one fluency loop before sleep. Tie the promise to something you already do so you do not negotiate with yourself. If you miss, begin again at the next cue without apology. Consistency wins where intensity fails. One day soon, someone will say that your English sounds smooth. They will not see the quiet mornings, the awkward takes, the recordings you almost deleted. You will know. You earned this voice. You built it breath by breath. The path does not ask for perfection. It asks for practice. Train, and the door opens. Delay, and silence stays. Choose training. Choose your voice. Take one steady breath. You began this video as a learner who knew many rules. You end it as a speaker in training who moves. Your mouth is warmer, your rhythm clearer, your courage awake. Do not wait for a perfect day. Choose a small promise and keep it today. 5 minutes, one mirror line, one shadow line, one fluency loop, and one real use. That is enough to change how you sound and how you feel. Now lock your commitment. Do 2 simple things. First, subscribe so you never miss the daily practice. Second, write this pledge in the comments. I will train my mouth every day, no matter what. Put the words in public so your brain treats them as a contract. Share this with one silent friend and invite them to train with you. Your voice does not need to be perfect. It needs to be present. It needs to be honest. It needs to show up even when the day is messy. If you stumble, smile, and continue. If you miss a session, begin again at the next cue. Progress is patient and loves consistency. Close the mirror with gratitude. You showed up. You practiced. You moved your voice forward. When the next conversation arrives, breathe low, link your words, and let your sentence travel as one smooth curve. You are not waiting to become fluent. You are becoming fluent. Say it out loud and mean it. I will train my mouth every day no matter what. Then step into your day and use your voice.